that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved, and how precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. My chains are
May today be about chains being broken. God, would you speak to our hearts? In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Well, welcome to Liquid Church this morning. My name is Richard. I'm one of the pastors here. I'm so glad to see everyone here. As you guys are taking your seats, just turn around, get the name of the person next to you or around you, and ask them, how did you first hear about Liquid? First time I heard about Liquid was 2007. I was in a seminar in New York City, and I ran into a guy that I barely knew, like had kind of seen, and he was like, hey, you should check out this church in Morristown. They're doing this great thing. And this is way back in 2007, and I was like, yeah. And funny story was I actually went home and I told Tom, Pastor Tom, about Liquid that day. And that was how he heard about it. And so, I heard about it from a friend, or an acquaintance, actually. But if you're new here, I'd like to personally hear how you heard about Liquid, so you can come talk to me afterwards. But we are so glad that you're here, that you decided to come to church, and especially decided to come to Liquid Church. Inside your program is a New Here card. If you feel comfortable leaving us your information, we'd love to be able to bless you with a gift today that you can leave with a t-shirt that is in your size that we have set aside for just those that are new here. I want to take this little moment right now and just I have a little family moment around Liquid. As many of you guys have known, if you've been around Liquid, Pastor Tim has been talking about his dad and his battle with cancer over the last 14 years. Over about a week and a half ago, Del Lucas, Tim's dad, passed away as a result of cancer. And he was with his whole family, so it was a really great and tender moment. But we want to pray for the Lucas family, for Tim, for Colleen and Chase and Dell and the extended family, as well as they mourn the loss of their father and grandfather. But the best thing for Tim and for his family right now is just to be able to give him the space to grieve and to pray for him. But he will be returning. He's been off for this past week, and he'll be off until Easter. And so I'm particularly excited to hear the Easter message, just to hear about his reflections and thoughts about the passing of his father on Easter Sunday. So with that said, I'd like to invite the ushers to please come forward to prepare to receive the offering. As we mentioned, there are many different ways that people hear about Liquid. And I'm sure if we polled the room, we could see different ways that people have heard about it. I told you how I heard about it, but we prepared a little graph here that shows the different ways that people hear about Liquid. Some of these are as to be expected, but the things that really the one that maybe be a little bit surprising for me is that 6.9%, nearly 7% of the people have heard about Liquid first from the radio. And that tells me that we're reaching people that we wouldn't normally otherwise reach. People that are outside of our friends or outside of our family, or don't do the web searches, but they just hear about it in the radio. I had breakfast this week with someone who was let early from work, went home early, and because of that, the radio station that he normally listened to didn't have the program that he normally listened to, so he switched radio stations and heard an ad and then came. And so I had breakfast with him on Friday, and it was a great moment, and I was praying for him, and I said, I'm so glad that you got let home early that day, because who knows, you wouldn't have been here. Otherwise, we would have taken a little bit different route. But when you think about the radio, when you think about direct mail, when you think about the website, all of that is us. By giving our offering, we're able to reach more and more people, take church to more and more people. So I just want to thank all of you for doing that, bringing church to more and more people. By you giving in the various ways that you do, we're able to reach more and more people. So thank you so much for doing that. With that said, I'd like to release the ushers to receive the offering.
My name is Lauren, and I just want to take a moment to get you up to speed on what's happening at your church. Easter is just 2 weeks away on Sunday, April 20th, and this year, Pastor Tim will be kicking off a new series that is based off of New York Times best-selling book, which is also being transformed into a major motion picture. It's called Heaven is for Real.
I won't believe him, but everything he talks about is impossible.
You saw heaven? What does it look like? It's beautiful.
Haven't we already had a glimpse of something? The first cry of a baby, the courage of a friend, the love of a mother, a father. I see it, so I believe it. Do you?
Who can you invite to join you in just 2 weeks. A few people from each service will win movie passes and snacks to see Heaven is for Real. Now remember, due to the large crowds that we're anticipating, we're going to need you to go to liquidchurch.com to pick up your free tickets for the Easter services. Well, if you haven't heard of it, Camp Rock is New Jersey's arts and music camp that we host every year. Our team is hard at work to make this summer's camp even better than we've done before. Register before April 15th when the cost goes up to full price. Although the camp is located at our Mountainside campus, we have busing from each of our other locations. Each morning, the busing includes breakfast for the kids and coffee for mom and dad. Thanks for joining us at Liquid today, and if you're new here, make sure you stop by the New Here